When it comes to classifying typefaces, there are four main categories. Serif fonts, fonts with small lines or decorations at the ends of the letters. Sans serif fonts, fonts with no extra lines or decorations. Script fonts, fonts that imitate handwriting. Decorative fonts, unique and elaborate fonts used for headlines or logos. Serif fonts are classic and formal types of fonts, with small embellishments or serifs at the ends of each letter stroke. You'll often see serif fonts in printed materials like books, magazines, and newspapers. In web design, they are often used for headlines and body text to give a printed feel. This font group also includes slab serif fonts. The main difference here is that slab serif fonts have thicker, more prominent serifs compared to regular serifs. These thicker serifs are balanced with the main strokes of the letters, making them stand out more. Slab serif fonts are often used for headlines and logos, including those of well-known, long-standing companies. Sans serif fonts are known for being easy to read on screens and maintaining their quality when resized. This makes them a popular choice for websites' copy and application interfaces. Sans serif fonts offer a modern and clean look, which is why they are also frequently used in brand logos. Script fonts, also known as handwritten fonts, are designed to mimic calligraphy and are commonly used to emphasize the headline. They feel more personal and trustworthy, which is why they're commonly used in greetings, invitations, and on websites about creativity, art, literature, and personal blogs. It's generally recommended to avoid script fonts for large blocks of text, as they can be harder to read over longer passages. Another category is decorative fonts, which are often used for headlines or logos. Decorative fonts vary greatly. They can add just a few tweaks to basic fonts or completely transform letters into illustrations. On websites offering free fonts, you'll find creative options for any project. Before picking fonts, consider your project's purpose and your target audience's needs. What mood should your font set? What associations do you want to create? For instance, rounded fonts give a fun and cheerful impression, making them perfect for children's websites. However, these fonts might not be right for a business website. For a business, fonts that are straight and sleek work better because they convey professionalism and expertise. On the other hand, universal sans serif fonts give a modern and confident feel, which we discussed earlier. The following example clearly demonstrates how picking the right font style and weight can shape the mood of your text and affect how your web design is perceived. We know fonts can set the mood and come in different styles, but how do you choose them to make sure they work well together? Here are a few tips to help you make the right choice. Start by using no more than 2 font families in your project and keep them consistent. Using more than 3 fonts can make your website look cluttered and chaotic. For large blocks of text, go with clean sans serif fonts. Save serif, handwritten, or decorative fonts for headings to keep things visually balanced. To keep your fonts looking sharp, avoid using fonts that are too similar in style or size. This can lead to a lack of expressiveness and hierarchy in your design. To establish a hierarchy within the same font family, try using varying weights and sizes. This technique will help your heading stand out in the text block. Choosing font pairs is a creative process with no strict rules. The key is to ensure the font's emotional tone matches your website's theme. In our website builder, you will find pre-made font pairs that you can use or tweak to suit your needs. Feel free to experiment with different combinations. You can also explore custom fonts from the Google Fonts library, which we'll cover in the integrations section. Remember that when using fonts, you need to consider copyright and license. In the additional materials for this lesson, you will find links to download free fonts you can use in your projects.